I'm going to talk about 5 things I want the Hive to add or change. Mainly add. But yeah, here we go. This is going to be in order from the one I least care about to the one I most want to see happen. And number 5 would be some more YouTube rank exclusivity. And by that, I mean, I don't think anyone cares about YouTube rank anymore. You see a YouTube rank and you're like, oh God, not again. And I know all of you are probably going to disagree with this, but like, I feel like it would just be overall beneficial for them to make it harder to get YouTube rank. Quite a large majority of YouTube ranks just get YouTube rank and then quit. So, you know, at least them raising the requirements would keep those people around for a little longer before they get YouTube rank and quit. Now, it would take them a little longer to get to YouTube rank, so it would stall them before they inevitably get it and then quit, you know? This isn't its own thing. This is part of the YouTube rank thing. But I really wish we could have the system that Zeka used to have where we can custom nick as long as it's not an already existing username on Microsoft. And I don't know any of the logistics behind this stuff, but like, it's really annoying how bad the nicking system on Hive is and how easy it would be able to be fixed. Like Hive, whenever you talk to them about nicking, they act like they can do absolutely nothing to make it better. And honestly, their 2 options are to change the names of the nicks like every month, or just give us like the ability to custom nick. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? And if they were to change it and someone were to abuse it, you should just demote their YouTube rank instead of punishing all of us. All right, there we go. Yes, that is number 5. Number 4 would be a game mode to get to the other side. Now I know it's an MCC thing, but I feel like to get to the other side would be such a hype game mode on Bedrock. Like Hive would obviously have to create the maps and like how the game works in a way that would cater to Bedrock bridging, but I feel like that would be the most fun thing ever, because I find myself when I'm just like thinking, I'm just like bridging in a solo world. Like it's kind of like block drop. Like you're not competitively paying attention to block drop, you're just kind of like passively playing it, you know? And I feel like that'd be the same thing with that mode. Hive could probably do like a lot of cool stuff with that. Like MCCI has their modifiers and stuff. Hive could do like a Nemo modifier. They could do there's something with boom boxes. They could do one where like the blocks you get are crumbling cobbles, so you can't just like use other people's bridges. I think that'd be so hype, and I really hope they consider that, knowing that they probably won't, but you know, it was a good shot, you know. Number 3 is that $10,000 tournament. You remember that? I do. I don't know how long ago it was, maybe a year ago? I've said they're gonna do a 10 grand tournament. Now I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, cough up 10 grand. Like, you did us so dirty. You teased me, Hive. You put money on a little fishing hook and you dangled it in front of me. Said, come get it. Come get it. And I never got it, okay? But just in general, I think a Hive hosted and sponsored creator tournament would be super hype. It would also probably put a lot more eyes on the server. Maybe even get some of those YouTube ranks I was talking about to unquit. I mean, I think for obvious reasons, that would be a very good idea. So I really hope they actually still do that. Hopefully that's what all the pets and mounts they've been putting out have been funding, you know. I think out of all of the things I'm gonna say, that's probably the least likely one, which is kind of funny. But anyway, number 2 is monthly updates. Now I know all of the dumb gremlins on Twitter that have the attention span of a chimpanzee are going like, ah! Ah! But when I'm talking about monthly updates, I'm talking about like the smallest, simplest things ever. And the way I kind of view it is like, think of Fortnite, right? And this is going to sound really cringe, but think of Fortnite. They add a random item like every week. They just add one item. I think Hive should try to do a similar thing with Sky Wars and Treasure Wars, and they could probably work it into other modes differently. Let's say this month's item is Crumbling Cobble, and then next month they swap it out for, I don't know, a jump boost book or so. You know what I'm saying? Like every month they just swap out one item to like make it cool, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not talking like every month they gotta like completely renovate Sky Wars, add 50 billion maps, but I think all the Treasure Wars people and all the Sky Wars people would agree. Like just adding like one item every month that like doesn't seriously change how the game is played, but like can make it a lot more fun if you're just like goofing off. I would love that. That would be so fun. And I can actually see Hive doing this because it's very little work for them. I feel like they could just pay like a 12-year-old boy to just like do it for them, you know? But yeah, that's number 2. Number 1. Number 1 is more so for me, and it's more so for content, but I think it would absolutely like change everything. And I don't really know what to call it, but let's go back to Fortnite. Fortnite creative mode is genius. And I think if Hive did a similar thing, it would be so sick. Like, imagine if Hive had like a mode where you could make anything and you could kind of like code it without having to know how to code. You know what I'm saying? Like in Fortnite, you can like set the time limit for the games. You can change a bunch of settings in your world. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Like, in that Fortnite creative, you can pretty much make, like, whatever you want. Cool maps. You can make, like, training things. You can make, like, 1v1 things. If Hive had something like that, that would be so sick. And the part that I'm talking about, like, great for me, is that would be so good for content. Imagine, just randomly in an Evan P video, instead of having to pray that Bedrock allows me to invite some kid to my game, I can just be like, yo, hop on Hive. I can build a parkour course and then go, these YouTubers need to complete this parkour course. And I'll just build it on the Hive. And I could probably incorporate, like, a lot of stuff I normally wouldn't be able to on normal Bedrock. I have, like, boom boxes and, you know, like a treasure. If you were able to add a bunch of that stuff, I think that would be so cool. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't do that, because I don't know if they would do it like Galaxite's parkour system thing where everyone's stuff is public. I feel like they wouldn't do that because that would be a lot of moderation, and Hive does not like to split where their moderation goes. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I think they're all pretty good ideas. I would absolutely love the Hive creative free reign type thing. I think that would just like bring the community together, and it would open so many doors for what to do with content and stuff. I don't know. I just think it would be a great idea. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.